your memories of, you know, your mom and your grandmother that has always been kind of really deep at the core of who you are, and that's what you put into your bag. So that's really cool. Full circle on that one. Okay,
and
this.
speaking of,
Exactly.
yes.
Mia. Oh.
This is such a funny story because the buying team for HSN was in New York when I showed this bag, and I told them the story about my grandmother and her frame bags, and the sound of the click on the frame bags when she would come into the house, you know, and I remember this like 6 or 7 years old. And anyway, she said, oh, we love this bag, but we want it to be exclusive. I said, okay, sure. Well, this bag, I've actually got mine at home here, but this bag everybody wants, and you could only get it on HSN. So I just wanted to say, oh, and Callie, is this a fresco bouquet?
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh, well, that woman that was, who was it that we need to tell her?
Stacy, fresco bouquet. It's here. Thank you.
I didn't know that.
I didn't realize it either. I don't know we have a lot of these. So Stacy, hopefully you're still watching because this is Fresco Bouquet. There's 200. Yes. 200 in Fresco Bouquet. The next one is beautiful in this.
Fantastic.
Oh, the tooled turquoise and black. And I love the back of this one is like a distressed black. I mean, you can tell there's like history that goes into a bag like this. So this is your turquoise, and that's the tooled leather. And we have this in your classic in the tan, which is that soft vegetable tanned leather. Beautiful, size-wise, 13 in length. This is also 4.5 in the width. It stands up 7 inches, and this is a 17-inch removable chain strap. So if you wanted to carry this as a clutch, you totally can do that. Look at the feet on the bottom. All leather through and through.
Look at that, how that frame is attached to the bag. And the inside, if you follow the frame, and you can see all the little screws in the inside of it. See that?
Yep.
Look at all that. All those are done by a little screwdriver, and it's all like a little Phillips screwdriver, and it's all framed across the whole entire bag.
Wow.
Now, you don't have to do that like that. It doesn't need to be that secure fastened, but that's how they did them 100 years ago. So I wanted to make it the same classic way that they did on these frame bags in the 40s and the 50s. I mean, it's just, this was it. These frame bags were it. That's what women all over the world would carry, is a frame bag. It was just classic look at that time period, and I just absolutely love them.
There's the inside, just to give you a nice perspective on the opening to access your things. You've got the classic zipped pocket on one side with the Patricia Nash leather logo. Opposite side of that, you've got the 2 elasticized pouches for, you know, organization, but then a nice big space to be able to put your things. I mean, even a bigger wallet. I mentioned this is 13 in length, 4.5 by 7 inches in height. Here's what's happening. We have a couple 100 in any one of these choices. So whether it's the Fresco Bouquet, which you're seeing here on Annette, and this may be one of the very final Fresco Bouquets in any silhouette of your handbags, don't you?
True.
Fair bet?
True. Yeah, fair bet.
Wow. I love these colors.
Absolutely.
Tell us the history on that.
I forgot about this.
Yeah.
This actually came from a vintage garment from the Netherlands, Denmark. Well, actually, I think it was Denmark. And I just fell in love with the artistry of it, the swooshing of all the different color. And in general, I thought those colors, that brick red and that turquoise and teal and amber and that green, all the colors just blended so beautifully together. It just was, I can see why people are looking for this. Women are looking for this print. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I forgot about it.
I did too.
That's awesome. You know, that's why you should really look on HSN's website, because HSN has one of the biggest varieties of Patricia Nash bags and prints and so forth. And that's where you could look, you guys have this print. I don't think anyone does.
Oh, well, Barb, we have less than now like 150. So that Fresco bouquet, for sure, it could be very much selling out in the next 5 minutes based on, it has been one of our popular silhouette or prints in the past, and it's all hand painted, beautiful burgundies and those almost mustardy Dijon colors, beautiful teal blues, but then there's that turquoise tooled, and that is just such a nod towards the Southwest and all of the things we love about just all Americana. There's 150 only in that one as well. Then the last choice, if you're just tuning in, is a solid, beautiful vegetable tanned leather, just smooth as silk and just buttery soft. But this truly, I think, Patricia, really kind of exemplifies what your brand is all about, because your styles, I mean, you go from the 1920s all the way up into the 1990s and beyond with some of these, you know, vintage inspired European flair kind of silhouettes. Like, this is so back to the 20s and 30s.
Isn't it? And look at the hardware on that turquoise tool bag that you're showing on the screen right now. That is like silver hardware. It's not like 100% silver, I'm not saying that, but the silver color and the, I call it brushed silver. It just, look at how beautiful that looks. I hardly ever use that hardware, but you can really see that against that turquoise. And you know, I did it because I remember when I was a teenager, I'd have this turquoise jewelry, and we'd also wear like silver chains with it too. So we'd have the turquoise and the silver chains, and I just thought they look so good together, and that frame looks so rich, doesn't it?
It really does. Just so everybody knows, and Stacy is still with us on Facebook, she's like, yay, there's Fresco Bouquet. So that's great. I'm so happy. We have a little more than 100. We started with a little more than 200. So these are absolutely Fresco Bouquet we thought had been retired completely across the board, but this is one of the few that we're aware of that is still available in this particular print. And I say print, but this is hand painted leather. Can we talk through that process? Because again, you'll see the highs and the lows and feel them even more when you get this at home. But I mean, really, a real person with a real paintbrush and a real love for his art or her art has done this for you.
Yeah, it's really beautiful, beautiful artwork. You know, I wish I would have known some of these artists that drew these patterns and prints for garments that I get so inspired about. But, you know, it's just like everything. If you think about it, unfortunately, there's a lot of craftsmanship in the world that 100 years ago or 50 years ago or 60 years ago, there was a lot more pride in it. You know what I mean? There was a lot more individuality, and people really put a lot of time in it. And then everyone got into computers and everything, and so everything was more automated. So I'd love to really show off the artwork of these artists on full grain leather, you know, that's tanned just the way they tan leather, you know, 100 years ago. So it's just really lovely to see. You can see the feet on the bottom of that bag. Yeah. So again, so when you sit that down on your table, it sits up straight, but it looks beautiful. Great as a clutch, great as a long shoulder bag.
Yep, you do get that extra long, that's a 20 or 17-inch strap. I'm sorry, a chain leather. I'm double checking here the length because I want to make sure I get that to you. But yeah, Mia's got the 17-inch drop on the chain. 17 inch. But that can be removed if you want to carry it as a clutch. This to me, you know, I talked a bit more about earlier about your mission and as a company and a brand. But this is so indicative of, of the memories and the emotions that a certain type of handbag can bring back into our lives. And I remember you telling me the story of when you went into, was it your mom's or your grandmother's closet, and you found a bag that was just similar to this?
It was in my, well, my grandmother has bags like this. My mother's bag that I found in her closet is the bag that really kind of got me over the line to say, I am going to do my own brand. You know, that was that wow moment. But frame bags, I just remember my aunt used to have a frame bag, and I just, you know, that sound of the frame. Yeah. You know, that click of the frame just clicks these memories in my head of all those beautiful, beautiful moments and times and travel. And that's what we all should feel, you know?
Absolutely.
The old movies, you know, all the old movies where you see them come off the flight, the TWA flight, and they walk on the runway, and they'd have their little clutch bag, the frame bags, just awesome.
Well, I hope if anybody who wants their little fresco bouquet is on the phones ordering, we have now less than 100 to go around. So fresco bouquet has been obviously a hugely favorite, most popular style in terms of a look in the pan painting. So last of its kind, I don't know, and if you do want more of this print, you can go ahead and, as Patricia mentioned, go to hsn.com and you can just type in, Patricia, and then do a more, detailed search or filtered through your specifics. But this is a treat. Both of us were surprised at the fact this one was still here, but it's on its way to a sellout. That particular print right there called the fresco bouquet.
Fresco bouquet.
Phenomenal.
Beautiful.
Okay, we're going to show you the other two choices because if you are just tuning in and flipping through channels on this Sunday, what a time to treat yourself. This is a special event price, also on 3 or 4 flex. If you have an HSN card, you can add a 4th flex. That makes your bag less than $40 to get this on its way. Speaking of $40, if you want to apply for that card today, you should, because you can take $40 off that first purchase. That could make this about a little more than $100 and a real treat and a true favorite. By the way, information on that card is on hsn.com, or you can call that toll-free number to do it. But in terms of Mia, very popular and last call on Fresco Bouquet. Here's your turquoise tooled leather. Ooh, we only have 150 in this one. I'm gonna show you the front and the back, because the back I love. I just find this one, it's like that fabulous favorite pair of like cowboy boots or, leather jacket that you've had forever that looks like it's got stories to tell. And I just think
it does.
Such a nice distressed leather on the back side. And then the other and third and final choice is right here. And I do love this one. There's only 200 in the tan. Tell us again about this, because you can tell there's just a glossiness to this leather.
This is full grain, top grain, 100% vegetable tanned leather. It's actually tanned by the bark of an Italian mimosa tree.
Wow.
It's all ground down and it's put in the drums while this is all tanning the leather. But this is just a cowhide that's just put with a finish on it, and you can see all the natural high and low of that leather. It's just absolutely beautiful.
How did you decide on your little logo, this embossed logo?
Well, I was trying to work on that for a long time, but it finally came to me sitting in a vineyard close to the tannery I was working with on the veg tan leather, and I drew it on a napkin. It's grape leaves. And then I just kind of put them together, and that's why you see how imperfect they are.
Yeah.
That's because I drew it on the napkin, and they said when I got it to the computer, they go, "Do you want us to clean it up?" And I said, no. I want it just the way I drew it on that napkin, because to me, it's like the leather. It's not perfect. No two are the same. It's going to have heavier grain or lighter grain, and it's just embracing the natural leather.
Oh, it's just such a treat. Just a couple dozen left in the Fresco Bouquet.